back to Shoestring Musician. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about ornamentation around the 3 double stops we talked about in Emergency Solos, which was a different video. If you haven't watched that video, you can go watch that for context. It's these three double stops right here that we were talking about: 1, 4, 1, 5. So that's going to, of course, be on different strings. 1, 4, 1, 5, and 1, 4, 1, 5. So those 3 alternating in different orders is going to give you 1, 4, 5 on every one of the strings. So that's emergency solos. But we need to be able to ornament around those. And so I just want to give you some basic, really basic ornament ideas that'll get you through and also help connect those double stops together. So there's going to be 3 different really basic ones, 2 really basic ones and 1 a little bit more elaborate one that we can kind of flesh out in other videos. So the first one is just literally taking those double stops and sort of bouncing between them. So if you take the first one, it's the greatest double stop of all time. This is a G. And the 4 would be here. So I'm just going to literally take that finger and I'm going to move it back and forth. So that's ornament number 1, is just to kind of go back and forth between 1 and 4. And then ornament number 2, which happens on 4, is to do the same thing but backwards. So, and this may seem really sort of simplistic, but bear with me here because this is going to actually begin to fit together. So then you go to 5. I'm just kind of dropping that middle finger right there, which makes the greatest double stop of all time. Is a little bit tricky with your fingers, so this will take some effort in terms of iterations, but. That's a little ornament around 5 and 1. So then that's the first set of ornaments, is just literally bouncing back and forth. The second set of ornaments is to add sort of pivot around the top finger. So and again, for 1 and 4 especially, this is super easy to figure out what 4 is going to be. It's the same thing. It's just where you end up. Do you end up on the 1 or do you end up on the 4? So that's an ornament around 4. And you can already hear how this is going to begin to connect these double stops together. So for 5, I'm not a huge fan, honestly, of that ornament. It's a minor third. It's a kind of a large interval for your ear to hear as a melody. But it's there. It's you can use it. Maybe you'll fit it in with the more elaborate sort of ornamentation or scales that you play around that double stop. So, those are the first 2 sets of ornaments. The third set of ornaments is a little bit more involved, but it's I find it to be very, very useful for just getting around the fretboard, and that is to use sort of descending passing tones. And so if I'm playing greatest double stop, just go up to the 3 in a row notes above that, down from 3 to 2. So, and this also begins to sound pretty bluesy. There's a little bit of a blues kind of texture to it. There's about 100 different ways you could play that. You could play it with 1 finger, you could play it with 3 fingers, you could play it with 2, sliding around. Experiment. Practice that a lot, because that will, you need to be able to sort of be able to move your hand and get that to happen instantaneously. What's amazing and surprising, I think, anyone who tries to use sort of chromatic ideas moving around on the fretboard, it's sort of mysterious at the beginning which ones are allowed and which ones are not. And it turns out that just about every single note in a passing tone sense is allowed. There's only 2 really that aren't in this sort of process by your ear, not by me. One of them is the sharp 5. It ends up sounding a little bit like a tritone. There's your tritone. So sharp 5, leave that out, and flat 2. So leave that out, and pretty much everything else is allowed. And the way I think about it is you basically just start from a 1-3-5 chord tone and work your way down to the other ones, leaving those out. And so if you do that, you can work out all the possibilities pretty quickly. So that was that one. Starting from the 5, starting from the 5 tone right there. That's D, so that's a 5 for G. Notice how I tilled them together there, so you can just literally work your way all the way down the fretboard. So that's a very useful ornamentation for just getting around. And again, just plan on ending on the chord tone and leaving out the sharp 5 and the flat 2. And you'll eventually put them together and your ear will tell you when you mess it up. So those are the 3 ornaments. And so you can hear how those ornaments are gonna, again, make this all fit together. So we'll continue working with those in separate keys to find kind of the sweet spots. And when I talk about ornamentation, come back and rewatch this video and hopefully it will help you flesh that out.